How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its Gamescom sale, and we've been a little bit slacking as far as covering it, so we are here to highlight some of the deals under the price of $10. I'm gonna be honest, this video is a lot of retread over a lot of the other deals. The under $10 tier doesn't change all too often, but there are always some great games to pick up, so some of you guys may have not checked these out. So without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's go with a deal that is a low-key fantastic deal that I was going through the sale and I saw this and I'm like, wait a second, this deal's kind of insane, and that is the Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal bundle, 85% off for $7.49. Yeah, I know, take me to the gallows for mentioning Far Cry games, but this is essentially $3.75 for Far Cry 4 and $3.75 for Far Cry Primal. That's a damn good deal. And you know, Ubisoft games can be pretty formulaic, the open world, do all of the markers on the map, but I think they can also be fun games. Sometimes they're just like comfort food games where, yeah, you're not going to get super invested into the games, you're not going to be emotionally moved by these games, but they're fun games that if you want to listen to a podcast while playing them, you could do that, or if you just want to get lost in an open world, you can have a fun time with that as well. I think for $7.49 to get both games, it's great. I did appreciate the Far Cry Primal shift. Primal came out after Far Cry 4, and at that point, I think Far Cry just needed a little bit of a shift. You can still tell at its core it's a Far Cry game, but yeah, $7.49 for both those games, that's a great deal. I think Far Cry 4 standalone and Far Cry Primal as well, they've been on sale for like $5.99 each, but both games for $7.49, that's a really good deal. So check that out. Next up, we got Judgment, 75% off for $9.99. This is for the PS5 version of Judgment. The PS4 version is $7.49. If you have a PS5, I would just get the PS5 version for an absolutely outstanding game. For a lot of people, this is going to be the best RGG game to pick up, to try, to try their games out. First of all, Judgment, it's only 2 games. It's Judgment and Lost Judgment, so you can finish it up. Honestly, I think it's a shame that we're not getting a third Judgment game, but they're working on Project Century, and I just don't think that's on the cards, at least not right now. But Judgment was a great game. I think narratively, it's one of the best stories that they put out. A great main character as well. A good bit of content, and the beat-em-up action gameplay is enjoyable for $9.99, a great deal there. Next up, Detroit Become Human, 50% off for $9.99. Speaking of great narratives, that's exactly what you're going to get out of Detroit Become Human, which is a game that I think a lot of people playing it today, the story will resonate with them even more as far as some of the thematics and whatnot. I just think it's a really well-done game. I always say, with these decision-based games and Quantic Dream games especially, play through the game blind. I get it, some of you want certain outcomes and whatnot, and you're not going to like how the story plays out, but a big aspect of this game is that the decision-making has consequences. If you eliminate that consequence, you're eliminating a big part of what makes the game so engaging. At least that's in my opinion. You can do whatever you want to do, but for $9.99, a great deal on Detroit Become Human. Next up, we got Shadow of the Colossus, 50% off for $9.99. I think it's among the best PlayStation 2 games of all time. People go crazy whenever I talk about the best PS2 games of all time. People are so, into their PS2 games that they grew up with. For me, I thought SOTC was a remarkable game from a technical standpoint, and it was a game that really was ahead of its time on the PS2, and did suffer from some technical issues. On this version of the game, it's a remake done by Blue Point Games. They do great work with their remakes, and this is no different. It's a well done game. SOTC is incredible from an atmosphere standpoint. It still holds up visually, given that this remake came out 8 years ago. And thematically, soundtrack, it's really well done. For $10, definitely a good deal there. Next up, we got Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, 83% off for $5.09. Now, they did seemingly up the price of this as far as its sale price. It was going on sale for $4.50 for a while. Right now, it's $5.09, so it's just over the under $5 threshold, so I thought I would give it a mention here. I love Sleeping Dogs. I think the game is absolutely outstanding, and I recommend everybody to check it out. The game is just such a well-done open-world game, and it's not a gigantic open world by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely has a good bit of content. Love the story, love the main character, and the soundtrack to Sleeping Dogs is awesome as well. The Definitive Edition gets you the bonus DLC, and for $5.09, definitely a great pickup there. Next up, we got Catherine Full Body Edition, 80% off for $7.99. A quirky, zany game. You've got some decision making in here and puzzle gameplay, a bunch of different routes to go through. I played Catherine back when it came out in 2012, I want to say it was, and I really liked it back then. Catherine Full Body Edition adds another girl into the story, and it's a quirky game. It's certainly not for everyone, but if you're a fan of Japanese zany storytelling, you're probably going to end up really enjoying this game. So $7.99 for it, I think, is a really good pickup. My issue with it was the price point when it came out. Like, 50 bucks I just thought was a little bit too much. For $7.99, I think it's a really good deal. WipEout Omega Collection, 50% off for $9.99. This is one of those great franchises that we gotta say RIP. It's a bummer, because I thought WipEout was awesome. Growing up playing WipEout HD when it was a downloadable game, being blown away by that. 2048 on the Vita, and then you have this Omega Collection with all the content in there. It was great. It's a great futuristic arcade racer, and it's still a fun time to go back and play now. It's not really relevant right now, but the PSVR component to this game on PS4, that's the issue, is PS4 VR was really well done. Unfortunately, RIP on that. You're playing this game standard now, unless you're digging up the PS4 PSVR, which, like, who's trying to do that? $9.99 for WipEout Omega Collection, really good deal there. Valkyria Chronicles 4, the Complete Edition, 80% off for $9.99. I really liked Valkyria Chronicles. I think it's a great game. Now, Valkyria Chronicles 4 runs concurrently with Valkyria Chronicles 1, and I thought it was a really, really strong game, and Valkyria Chronicles is one of those Japanese franchises that I think a non-JRPG guy can get into. First of all, the gameplay is so different than the majority of JRPGs. The story is just a good war story that's going on, and you've got likable characters. I think for $9.99 the deal is great, and you get the DLC here as well with the Complete Edition. From a gameplay standpoint, they keep the fundamentals intact, really, and they do a good job of evolving it. This is one of those franchises that, unfortunately, we probably won't see another title out of, but I think there's still legs to it, and who knows? It was 7 years in between Valkyria Chronicles. I believe Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4. Actually, it was even longer than that. It was 9 years. So, actually, it might have been 10 years. Yeah, it was a decade between Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4. So, my timeline's all messed up. But, yeah, $9.99 with the DLC. Great deal on that. Definitely would recommend that. Next up, we've been given a lot of Digimon love recently. So, Digimon Survive, 84% off for $9.59. I think is a pretty good deal. Now, with this game, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. It is predominantly a visual novel. Yes, if you watch the trailers and whatnot, there's some tactics gameplay to it. That's a small portion of the game and is a means to an end to get to the story. The story, I think, is awesome. I think the darker tone for Digimon, it's a really, really cool way to do a Digimon story. Not to say that Digimon was all sunshine and rainbows all the time, but Digimon necessarily didn't always go to a story this dark. I think Digimon Survive had a darker narrative that was incredibly compelling, and I would definitely check it out. It's a different kind of Digimon story, but really well done regardless. I think for south of $10, that's a pretty good pickup. Prey Digital Deluxe Edition is $7.99. Loved Prey. I mean, I've been talking up this game for, I feel like, 5 to 7 years on this channel. It came out back in 2017, and I loved it back then. I thought it was the most underrated game of 2017. And the atmosphere of this game is just incredible. It's incredibly engrossing. And unfortunately, Arcane Austin is no more, so we'll never get a sequel of this game. But yeah, I thought it was really, really well done. And for $7.99, one of the more compelling first-person titles that you can play. Sherlock Holmes, The Essential Bundle, 92% off for $7.99. You got Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment, and Sherlock Holmes The Devil's Daughter. Narrative-driven investigative games here. If you want your storytelling to be strong, you're gonna get that out of the Sherlock Holmes game. It's not gonna be for everyone, but if you want something that's more methodical, a little bit slower paced, I think you'll end up having a pretty good time with the Sherlock Holmes titles. And lastly, XCOM 2, the collection, 90% off for $9.99. You get XCOM 2, you get the War of the Chosen expansion, and you get a lot of other DLC as well. I think XCOM 2 is great. Unfortunately, we didn't get a PlayStation 5 upgrade on the game, and the technical shortcomings for XCOM 2 was one of the biggest issues of the game. So That's a little bit of a bummer, but what can you do? I still think the game is great, and it's very much worthwhile to play, a very rewarding tactics game, and I'm not even super into the genre, but I had a great time with this one, and definitely with all the content that you get, $9.99, I think, is a great price point on this. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals under the price of $10. Check it out. Stay unlocked for more of our Gamescom sale coverage, and we'll do more videos in the near future. But yeah, links to everything in the description box below, and thank you for watching. Sound off with your thoughts down below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.